This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
Matt Damon and Minnie Driver, Good Will Hunting, ABC Saturday, 8, 7 Central.
Why a pot bus frightened an entire community. His throat cut. Hear from the bus driver now called a hero. And a proposal that could pay for your next vacation. Next.
Live from Atlanta, the Georgia Lottery presents Cash 4 and Fantasy 5.
Good evening, I'm Kim Jeffries for John Jordan of Singleton and Jordan. First, we have 4 Cash 4 machines, each with balls numbered 0 through 9. Time now to draw tonight's Cash 4 winning numbers. First number is 4, followed by 8. Next we have 1, and finally 7. If you have 4, 8, 1, 7 in any winning combination, congratulations. Now let's see how lucky tonight's Fantasy 5 is for you. We have 39 balls mixing. You can win by matching 3 or more. Your Fantasy 5 numbers are 4, 3, 17, 33, and finally 1. Again, those Fantasy 5 numbers are 4, 3, 17, 33, and 1. Don't forget, tomorrow night's big game jackpot is worth an estimated annuitized $36 million to a single winner.
Monica Kaufman, Ghost and Dark, tomorrow at 5 on Channel 2 Action News. Live, local, late breaking. Now, coverage you can count on. This is the Channel 2 Action News Night Beat at 11.
Breaking news tonight out of DeKalb County, where police are searching for the person involved in a fatal hit and run. The story still is developing at this very moment. Good evening. I'm Monica Kaufman.
And I'm Richard Belcher in this Thursday night for John Pruitt. The details are limited, but police tell us someone ran over 3 pedestrians in DeKalb County tonight. It happened at Memorial Drive and Line Street inside the perimeter. 1 man killed, 2 women being taken to hospitals. Police have not released any names or any information about the suspect. They do tell us they've recovered the vehicle involved after it was abandoned. Again, breaking news in DeKalb County, where police are searching for the person who hit 3 people, then drove away. We'll follow the story and bring you any late developments as they become available.
Fear and anxiety tonight in the metro area after low-flying helicopters descend uncomfortably close to a quiet neighborhood. The tension stems from the recent terrorist attacks. 3 of the choppers were spotted near the southeastern dragway in Paulding County, not far from Cobb County. Channel 2's Robbie Chavez is live from Paulding County with more on what residents saw and what it turned out to be. Robbie.
Yeah, Monica, residents say there were about 3 choppers hovering overhead just above the utility poles this evening. 2 major roadways were blocked off, and local dispatchers say calls flooded the 911 center with concern.
We saw them down there.
There was about 3 Army helicopters hovering right here over the store and down there over the old Winn-Dixie, and they were flying as low as they could possibly fly.
You don't ever see them fly that low around here. I mean, you see them, but not that many at a time, just hovering around like they were looking for something.
It was all enough to catch even the shoppers at this Citgo, the local hotspot for information, off guard. Camouflage choppers hovering the nighttime sky from out of nowhere had Paulding County residents on edge in lieu of recent world events.
Get you worrying, you know. You don't know what to think.
The Paulding County Sheriff's Office was also unaware for a while. The 911 center was inundated with worry in this quiet, unassuming neighborhood.
We received numerous calls out here about helicopter activity. A lot of the citizens were upset. They didn't know what was going on. We had officers responding to the area.
It turns out it was 3 choppers just like this, hovering and circling for about a half an hour. A governor's drug task force chopper that spotted this marijuana growing in a backyard, about 10 plants in all. Eventually, the Tallapoosa Drug Task Force uprooted the pot, but nerves were already frayed.
I thought, well, it must have been something big and strange going on for all the helicopters to be in this neighborhood anyway.
Now, residents say their reason for concern was their first thought is that it might be some terrorist activity out here this evening, and tonight they were relieved to find out it was just drug activity. Tonight, a 53-year-old man is arrested for growing the pot in his backyard in a garden with corn. We're live tonight in Paulding County. Robbie Chavez, Channel 2 Action News Night Beat. Monica, back to you.
A lot of people were on edge. Thank you, Robbie.
Another wave of 90 Atlanta Red Cross workers arrived in New York tonight. We're going to show you a live picture of Ground Zero, where the enormous task of clearing the debris and looking for human remains is now well into its 4th week. As the new group of Georgians arrived, some of the first volunteers to rush to New York and to Washington returned home tonight. For them, it was an overwhelming experience.
Just felt an honor. I just felt like that we just couldn't, as a nurse, we fixed things. And we just couldn't fix we just couldn't fix everything.
The volunteers say it was amazing to see how such a terrible incident has brought the country together.
Tonight, we hear the horror felt by dispatchers on duty when the World Trade Center towers came crashing down.
There was one man who kept calling back. So finally I told him, look, the best thing to do is to not talk so much, to conserve your air, and just to be still, and you'll get some help. And then, of course, not much longer after that, there were no more calls.
Many of the dispatchers say they feel responsible for many of the deaths because they were the ones who called rescue workers and firefighters to the scene.
There is new information tonight suggesting that Osama bin Laden was the mastermind of the 9/11 attacks. A British government report says bin Laden was detected talking about a major attack on America days before they took place. Also tonight, NATO's approved a U.S. request for as yet unspecified military contributions. It's the first time the alliance has taken that kind of stand in more than half a century. And Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld says the Pentagon plans to airdrop relief supplies into Afghanistan. Rumsfeld's now in Egypt as part of his Mideastern tour.
National Guardsmen are training hard tonight. They are getting ready to be stationed at Hartsfield International Airport. More than 100 soldiers are training with weapons to provide extra security at 9 of Georgia's airports. The soldiers will carry 9mm pistols and will be stationed at airport security checkpoints. They say the Federal Aviation Administration has taught them what to look for in potential terrorists. The Guardsmen will begin their post at Hartsfield on Sunday. Curbside check-in at Hartsfield has been reinstated for some airlines, but there are restrictions. For travelers flying Delta and United, curbside check-in resumed today. There is tighter security